Welcome to the IT Guy channel. In this video, we are going to install Apache, PHP and MySQL on a Windows 10 machine. Let's start with Apache. Open your browser and type Apache for Windows in the search bar and hit enter. From the search results, open the Apache Foundation website. Make sure the URL is httpd.apache.org. Under the Downloading Apache for Windows section, you will find couple of links. Open any of them to download Apache Server. Usually I choose Apache Lounge. You can choose any of them. From the link you opened, find and download the latest version of Apache package. As you can see, I am downloading Apache 2.4.43, 64-bit version. It is the latest version as of now. As mentioned in the website, in order to run Apache, we have to install latest Visual C runtime. So let's download them also. In the browser search bar, type VC Runtime 2015, 2019 and hit enter. This will bring us the official Microsoft download page. Download both the 32 and 64-bit runtime. After downloading, install the runtime and restart the computer. It is better to restart after installing runtime environments. Now open the Apache package we downloaded earlier. Extract the Apache 24 folder from the zip file to C drive. You can choose any other drive, but it is a common practice to install Apache on C drive. Open the extracted Apache 24 folder in the C drive. Remove these text files as we are not using them anymore. Then open the bin folder and keep it there. Click on the Start menu and search CMD. It will bring up the command prompt. Right-click on the command prompt icon and choose Run as Administrator. This is important. You need administrator privileges to install Apache service. Type cd space in the command prompt. Now copy the complete path of bin folder and paste it on to the command prompt and hit enter. Or you can do the traditional way by typing in each path. Now type httpd -k install and hit enter. If everything is all right, this will install the Apache service. And you will see the message, "Service successfully installed." If it fails to install, then you will have to check some common issues like inappropriate package or missing VC runtime, etc. Let's ignore the domain name error shown here for now. We will address it later. Again in command prompt, type httpd -t and hit enter. This will check for errors in Apache configuration file. As we have not configured anything yet, this should say, syntax OK. Now let's start Apache service. In command prompt, type httpd -k start and hit enter. We can check the status of Apache service in Task Manager. Here we can see, Apache service is up and running. Now open browser and type localhost in the address bar and hit enter. We can see the default page. We can also use the IP address to browse our website. Type the IP address instead of localhost. Open htdocs folder from the Apache 24 directory. Here you can see the default index.html file. Let's edit this file and make some changes. Alright, let's refresh the browser to see the changes. Excellent. Our Apache installation is now complete. The thing I did not mention was to check the OS type before downloading Apache because 32-bit OS are not popular nowadays. Under the System section of My Computer Properties, you can find your OS type. It is worth having a look. Okay then, let's install PHP. Open the browser and type PHP for Windows in the search bar and hit enter. From the results, click on windows.php.net website. Click on the Downloads link. Available PHP versions are listed under the Binaries and Source Release section. Download the latest thread-safe version of PHP package. As you can see, I am downloading PHP 7.4.8 64-bit, thread-safe version. It is the latest version as of now. Open the downloaded PHP package. Extract all the contents to a folder in C drive. Like I said earlier, you can choose other drives also. It's just a common practice. It is better if you name the folder PHP, or PHP 7.4, like I did. Now open the PHP directory. Copy the php.ini-development file, and rename it to php.ini. It is our configuration file. Now open the con directory in the Apache 24 folder and make a backup of httpd.con file. I forgot to install Notepad++ editor. It is a better application to edit these kind of files. Let's download and install it now. Now open the file and scroll down to the end and add the following lines. Make sure you have given the correct path of PHP 7 Apache DLL file in the load module parameter. And verify the php.ini path as well. Now find directory index in the file and add index.php in the directory index. Save the file and restart the Apache service to take effect the changes. Now, let's create a PHP file. Open the htdocs directory, and rename the index.html file to index.php. Open the file and add some PHP code. Now, save the file and test it on the browser. Excellent. Our Apache server and PHP is ready. Let's install MySQL Server. Open the browser and search for MySQL Community Server. From the results, open the dev.mysql.com page. On the Go to Download page button. We are downloading the 8.0.20 version. It is the latest version as of now. We have two download options. MySQL Installer, Web Community Edition, and MySQL Installer, Community Edition. We need the second one, which is also larger in size. Click here to skip the login or registration part and start the download. Open the downloaded MSI package. In this window, it is asking to choose a setup type. We have 5 options. Select the full, or developer default option, if you are confused what to choose. I am selecting the developer default. It will install all the necessary components. Let's go to the next window. Here, it is asking to fulfill the additional requirements. We can ignore this unless we have specific reasons. For now, ignore the warning and go to the next page. This is the list of features we are going to install. Click on the Execute button to continue. The installation has started. Wait until it completes. Depending on the system configuration, it will take 10 to 20 minutes. Installation is finished. Let's go to the next window. Click on Next. Here it is asking if the server is a part of high availability cluster. Select the standalone server option and click on Next. Now, we have to choose a configuration type. There are 3 configurations available. The development computer option is for trial and learning purposes. The server and the dedicated computer options are for the real-world applications. If you are installing MySQL along with other applications, and expect to run moderate database operations, choose the server option. If your application require heavy database operations, then you will have to install MySQL on a dedicated computer. For now, we will choose the development computer option. Leave the other settings to default, and click on the Next button. Since the version 8.0, MySQL introduced a strong password authentication. The PHP versions below 7.4 will not be able to use this. For the sake of this tutorial, I am choosing the legacy authentication method. Now, create a password for the default root user. Remember to use a complex password for the sake of security. Here, we can create user accounts with custom settings and privileges. Let's create a test user. In the host option, we can set local, or, a specific or, all other systems on the network to connect with MySQL. It is good to set it as local if you really do not know what you are doing. In the role section, these are the privileges you may or may not want to assign to a user. I am leaving it to the default options. Now, let's add a password and create the user. Let's go to the next window. Leave these settings to its defaults, and go to the next window. Now, click on Execute to apply the configurations. Click on the Finish button to go to the next window. Click on Next. Leave the MySQL router configurations and click on Finish. Let's check our server. Excellent. Let's go to the next window. Click on Execute to apply the configuration. Click on Finish. Now, click on Next. Our MySQL installation is now complete. Click on Finish to close this window. Click on Start menu. and find the MySQL command line client. Open the client and enter the root password to connect with the database. To create a database, type create space, database space, and then the database name without space and hit enter. As you can see, I am creating a database named MyTestDB. To list all the databases, type show space, database and hit enter. Do not forget to end every MySQL statement with a semicolon. Here, you can see the MyTestDB database. Let's try to connect the database with PHP. And for that, we have to do some changes in the PHP configuration file. Open the php.ini file. In the file, search for the parameter extension_dir. This parameter is disabled by default. Remove the semicolon at the start to enable this parameter. Now, search for the parameter MySQLi. This will point us to the available extension libraries list. All the libraries are disabled by default. To connect to the MySQL database, MySQLi and MySQL PDO extensions are required. I am going to enable those extensions along with some others. File info extension is helpful to read file informations like MIME content type etc. GD extension is used for image creation and manipulation. To read multi-byte characters, MB string extension is needed. OpenSSL is for encryption. SQLite 3 extension is for SQLite database operations. And like I said earlier, MySQLi and PDO MySQL are for MySQL database operations. Now, let's save this file and restart Apache. If the extensions are properly loaded, we can see it on the PHP info page. Let's search the MySQLi extension. No, MySQLi extensions are not loaded. There are some issues in the configuration. Let's review it. Let's check the extension _dir parameter. Let's check the extension directory as well. This is our extension directory. Maybe the issue is with the path. Sometimes, just directory name won't work. Let's try the full path. Whenever there is a configuration change, Apache service must be restarted. So, let's restart Apache. Okay, let's find the MySQLi extension again. There it is. MySQLi, OpenSSL and other extensions are now loaded. Okay, it's the time for some PHP coding. Open the index.php file and try to connect the database. Okay, the coding is done. Now, let's try it on the browser. Perfect. Mission successful. We successfully installed Apache PHP and MySQL server on a Windows 10 machine. There are application bundles like WAMP, XAMPP etc., which helps to install Apache, PHP and MySQL without any hard work. But doing things manually like this has its own benefits. I hope this video helped you to learn some basics. If it helped you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.